How's it going, everybody? We are back here with episode 23 of Yank This. This week we are just back us two, me and Tommy. How we feeling?
I feel great personally, but this team's in trouble, man. I don't wanna hear it's early. I don't want to hear we're getting guys back. I don't want to hear Bader's coming back, Giancarlo's coming back, Rodon's coming back, Sevy's coming back, Loazia's coming back. They're in trouble. And if you don't see that or don't believe that, you're mistaken. And they're in trouble for a lot of different reasons. We'll get into all those, but they're in trouble, man. I think that I personally think that they missed the playoffs, which I know it's late April, but that's my take, dude, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm a diehard Yankee fan, but that's my opinion.
That's I do think you're jumping the gun a little. I do agree that, this team isn't as good as we thought that they were going to be so far this season. Yeah, those injuries suck, but as you've mentioned, there's been a lot of setbacks with guys like Rodon, guys like Tommy Canley, who was the bullpen guy, who was honestly the main bullpen signing of the offseason.
When you're trotting out a 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and I know Stanton's gonna come back in 6 weeks from the injury, and Bader's like coming back, but dude, that 6, 7, 8, 9 cannot be Trevino, Franchi Cordero, Aaron Hicks, a version of IKF, Peraza. It just can't be. I'm sorry, it can't be. They're going to fall too far behind Tampa. Toronto is looking good. They're in trouble, man. And I know it's early, but that's my take.
Not a lot of teams can have that good a lineup 1 through 9, though. There's always going to be guys on teams that,
Oh, I agree.
They're there for a defensive filler. Guys like Trevino, whoever our catcher is really there just for their defense.
Yes, and I agree. Like, I know not every team 7, 8, 9 is amazing, but the 1 through 5, dude, there's like 3 guys that are in the 1 to 5, or 2 guys that are batting sub 240, and they're in the 1 to 5 lineup. It's not just about the 6, 7, 9. I know Judge will bat 280, 290 like he does every year, but he's 240. Volpe's struggling, but now coming around a little bit. Rizzo's hitting 300, but that's not going to stay. Rizzo will bat 230 like he normally does. I just think they're in trouble, dude. And I mean, we're counting on guys to come back who are constantly injury prone. So it's not like you're getting like guys who just first time on the IL. Like, this is guys. Like, every year, Giancarlo Stanton's on the DL, dude, for a leg issue. The guy's called out of a stone. The guy's called out of a stone.
That's not a new thing. He's always been a big guy.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, we're relying on guys to come back that can get hurt again easily. So I think they're in trouble, man. Okay. I would love them to prove me wrong, but that's my take. And I'm going in harder than today. That's what I'm doing. I'm a realist.
Go ahead, Tommy. Where do you want to start? Go in on them, like take
rotation.
The lead here.
Let's start with the rotation first, right? Love Cole, love Nestor. What do we have after that? Schmidt's been brutal. We're counting on Sevy to come back. We're counting on Rodon to come back, who I guarantee you, like me and Ray has said, he's pitching 0 innings for the Yankees this year. 0.
I wouldn't say 0. For the whole year, I don't see it.
Think about it. It's end of April. We're 30 games into the season. The arm's still hurting. The back's hurting. He's got to get stretched out. Realistically, when do you expect him to be back? July?
I mean, going into the season...
Chris, that's with no setbacks after this right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Going into the season, this was a very, last-minute injury for Carlos Rodon. So I could see him back at the worst case after the All-Star break. I don't think he's going to miss the whole season with this thing.
You better hope that back doesn't keep him out, dude, because the back injury is the worst thing you can have, besides a blown elbow, obviously, and a shoulder.
Yeah, but
the rotation's bad. Nestor's good. I love, obviously, Cole, been phenomenal. Schmidt,
one of the few consistent bright spots this season has been Cole and him just not allowing any runs.
Herman's up and down too much. Schmidt's not good, and Johnny Brito's young.
Yeah, absolutely. For the rotation, I mean, what can you really do about that right now, though?
You can't. You got to keep trotting out these guys who are getting lit up like a Christmas tree, and you're hoping that the Yankees offense can score runs. This last year wasn't a problem, even when a couple guys were out in the rotation because we were slugging, dude, and hitting.
Yeah, we were putting up
This
historic numbers.
offense is a joke right now. It's bad.
Yeah.
Until the hit parade the other day in Minnesota, it was bad.
Yeah, true enough. You did that, and that was yesterday too. That was in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
12
didn't know it was yesterday. Yeah, my time,
Oh
but
no,
dude,
trust me, my time's been off too. I had to check myself earlier.
yeah.
But yeah,
So we got the rotation out of the way. Now let's talk about the offensive side of the ball. Dude, this is a bad 1 through 9 right now.
yeah.
Besides, what is it? I guess we talked before the show. Me and you. Rizzo's hitting around 3, which is not
Rizzo's
gonna
hitting
happen.
around 3. Judge is looking like he's bouncing back.
But
A
still
little bit.
250.
Yeah, Volpe
I know he's
has
bouncing
been
at least
good.
250
Volpe has been good offensively, but 3
lately.
straight games with an error. Well, it's been most of the season. His first 12 were bad, but like his last.
We thought we caught lightning in a bottle with Franchy Cordero, and now the real Franchy Cordero is showing up.
Yeah,
the guy who was almost on his couch. So that's another thing here. And offensively, they're just not that good. These guys don't draw walks. We're not even hitting the long ball, which we're used to doing. So offensively, they're in trouble too.
Well, yeah, when you lose guys like, even if they aren't what they once were, guys like Donaldson who are power bats, Stanton power, but when you lose those kinds of power bats and replace them with, younger contacts, heavy guys like Peraza, like Volpe, like Cabrera, you're not gonna have like that kind of explosive power.
Calhoun to a deal, not Willie Calhoun, the other Calhoun to a minor league deal. That's how desperate they're trying to find lightning in a bottle with someone offensively. It's bad. It's bad. It's not good.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's good, but again, you hate the argument, but it is still very early. It's still only 30 games into the season.
Do you know? Okay, let's go back. I saw a stat the other day. I actually think I screenshotted it. Do you know what the Yankees' record is in the last 112 games?
I couldn't tell you. And in the last 112, I don't think we're the Hawks. I don't think we're mid. I don't think we're like 61, like 56 and 56.
Before yesterday's win, the Yankees are 59 and 53 in their last 112.
Does that include playoffs?
That's their. I didn't see that part, but dude, 59 and 53. That's barely a sub 500 team, dude. That's bad.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying.
That dates back to a really bad August from last year.
I get that, but dude, that's why I'm saying like it's not like it's a 30-game skid, but this is 112 games. They're 59 and 53. Like, how much more do we need to see that they're just not that good?
They have the pieces. They do. That's the thing. It's like on paper, this team is competent.
That's like
they
saying
can
I
compete.
had the tools. That's like saying I had the tools to lose weight and be in shape, but I'm 5'8", 240. Doesn't matter if I have the tools.
Again,
I don't use them.
I know you hate the argument, but again, we're what 30, 35 games into the season. This game, again, how long have you been watching this game? This game's all about trends. Yes, right now we're not the best. Last year, look at this hot start we got off to.
How do we see this team going on a 12-3 trend with this rotation, this bullpen, and this anemic offense?
I'm not going to say it's going to happen this week. I'm not going to say it's going to happen over the next 2 weeks. But I'm saying this team has the tools to turn it around. And at the end of the day, I think they can.
And this is where I don't think they can. And I'm just being honest. I don't see it.
I think it's too early to call that.
We'll be lucky to be. We'll be lucky to be.
To say we're not going to make the playoffs when going into the season, I think we had like the 4th best odds to win the World Series. I don't know. Say we completely missed the playoffs, I think it's crazy.
I hear you. I've been called crazy. I've been called a lot of things, but I'm just telling you what I think.
Now
let's get to the third part that we did the offense. We talked about the terrible rotation. That bullpen, dude. Clay Holmes, 5.9 ERA since last middle of July moving forward.
I I was never
Who's our?
a Clay Holmes guy.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. We don't have a closer to close games out.
Yeah, and a lot of the young guys that have started off this season really well, didn't really play well the last week. You know, guys like Abreu gave up a couple runs. Marinaccio finally gave up a run. King, you know, all these guys that have been pitching really well. But at the end of the day, Yankees still have one of the best bullpens in baseball. Like it's not horrendous. It's still one of the best bullpens in baseball in terms of ERA, in terms of strikeouts, in terms of innings pitched.
I think it's right in the middle of the pack, personally.
I mean, again, you guys talk about it all the time about how we're burning out our arms. I mean, through like 70 innings pitched, we have like 87 strikeouts and a 2.5 ERA, 2.60 ERA. That might have bumped up to 3.
Every time I look at the Yankees, bro, Wandy Peralta's in the game. That guy's gonna be Cocoa Crisp, dead on. His arm's gonna be crispy in a matter of by July.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, that's purely based on that's a team fuck up having him as the only left-hander coming out of the pen.
Losing Efros to Tommy John sucked.
Well, there was nothing you can do about that. I'm talking about when you talk about team and roster construction.
Well,
to have
that's what I'm
Wandy
saying.
Peralta being the only
Well, since these guys are out for a long time, you're forced to bring in guys who shouldn't be in spots that they're in. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, I feel like these young guys have proven that they still are big league level guys. Ian Hamilton's having a good season so far. Michael King has allowed like 1 run since his first game. That was the other day at the when I went to the Toronto game.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's all bad, but a lot of it's bad. And that's my take right now. Listen, dude, come like end of May,
I'd agree with you and say the main problem is we don't have a closer. Like we haven't had a cemented closer since, you know, we may go back 120 games before we were confident on who our closer was.
Yeah.
So I do think that's the problem.
I think it's one of the problems. Loiza's cooked. Can't count on Tommy Kahnle. You can't count on
Lou Trevino's also out.
Holmes. Where's Trevino? He's hurt. It's bad.
Yeah.
So, again, like I said, man, I'm hoping I feel different, dude, in another 30 games, 40 games from now. But this is my take right now.
All right. I could see where that rage is coming from. To go back to a little bit of more of the positive note, I pulled this up a second ago. Volpe has been playing well over the last, 2 weeks compared to his first 12. He's been doing really, really well,
Yep.
In his first 12, he was only hitting 143, and that's jumped up to 300. He stole 5 bags. He's walking a lot. He has been better over the last 2 weeks or so, and he's the guy that gets on base, and that's the thing.
But his defense has been a little bit tough.
Yeah, it's been a little bit shoddy. 3 straight games with an error is.
I know Peraza was looked at as the guy that was a better fielder, but I don't know, man. Like, if this guy keeps making errors, you're gonna have to move him to second base. Yeah, you have to think about it. Maybe
we already have a clutter in the infield. Especially when Donaldson comes back.
Well, that's why I always said we should get rid of Donaldson and Hicks to free up some spots. I know Hicks don't play the infield, but
I've been saying that since we got him. So you're not putting up any new argument there with me, at least. Donaldson. Especially, I mean, even while he's been out and the Yankees haven't really been good, I don't know. I feel like he when he comes back, the vibe of the team's going to be off because one of them is getting sent down. That means that means probably Peraza's going to get sent down.
Definitely
maybe
Peraza.
Maybe Calhoun if he's got any options left.
I still think it's Peraza, but Yankees got to figure it out, man. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean, it really is going to be how is this team going to look when we do get these guys back? Other than like Efros, I really don't see anybody else missing the entire season. Rodon
What's up with Tommy Kahnle? How long is he out for?
From what I heard, he also pitched on Tuesday in the bullpen, and from what I hear, he's traveling with the team right now. He's in Texas.
Yeah, but didn't he get moved to the 60-day?
That might have been retroactive though, because he.
Yeah, how long is it retroactive to mid-March? So it means he's still a month away.
I'll try and find out. But like I said, he is traveling with the team right now. He's in Texas with the team.
I just think that some of the guys that we're thinking that we can count on, we won't be able to count on.
All right. Well, in terms of like injured guys, we know Bader's going to be back. Bader is another guy already that has started his rehab assignment, and I think they said the 28th they want him back for whenever we come back to New York. First series back in New York, that's when they're looking to get him back.
Bader, when was the date? I'm sorry.
The 28th, or whenever they come back from whenever
April
they come back from
28th
the
or
road
May?
series. April.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, that I might have been wrong there. From what I remember reading,
He
it
played
was
some
like a day
games
or
in the
two.
minor leagues, didn't he, recently?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Let me see if I can find an exact date. May 5th at Tampa is Harrison Bader's return date as of 3 days ago.
Okay, so that's not this Friday. That's the next Friday.
Yeah. So Bader bound to return. Then you got Lou Trevino. He'll probably be back. Then you got Severino. He's progressing more than Rodon has recently. He should be back. We already talked about Rodon. We talked about Efros. Canely, we just talked about he's on the team. I'll look to see if I could find when that 60-day was retro too.
You see how you spell Rodon's name? Rodo. See those zeros? That's what will be his innings pitched this year for the Yankees.
He's gonna come back. I really don't see that being an all year thing. It screams it's gonna be a lingering injury. He may even see some more.
If his back is quote unquote barking like they said, how is he? What is he doing? What is he doing that's able to get his arm strength better? If his back's barking, he's probably doing nothing because of his back. So how is he getting? How is the arm getting any better? Like, what is he doing to like? I don't even know what he has to do to strengthen his arm. What does he have to do? So like, I don't know what to even expect from this guy. Me and Ray think 0 innings pitched.
All right, so 60-day retro to March 21st.
All right, so I said middle of March, so March 21st. We'll make it May 21st, so that's still three and a half weeks away, and that's retroactive. That's when he can come off the 60-day. That doesn't mean he's going to be available. That doesn't mean he's going to be ready.
Yeah. Okay. Montas. I mean, who really cares about Montas at that point?
Montas. I don't want to hear that guy's name again.
But I think we could both agree that when someone like Loaizaga is on the field and he is healthy, he is one of the better pitchers in this bullpen. He's definitely going to be a plus for when he does come back.
And that's Loaizaga?
Yeah.
I hope so, man. He's looking pretty semi-cooked, dude, before he went on the IL too, so I don't know, man. I think that, and listen, buddy, I love you, so this is not a shot at you because I would never do that. But I think a lot of Yankee fans hear the big names and think that when they come back, they're going to be really good still or really good again. And I don't think that's the case. My friends, my buddy Brandon and my buddy Luch think the same thing. They call me Barrels because we play softball. Like, Barrels, you're talking about guys that are going to come back and be really good. This guy, that guy. And I'm like, I don't think that's still the case. Like, it's early, Tommy. It's Barrels. It's early. I don't think it's that early. I know it's only 30 games, but this has been a team, dude, that's 59 and 53, I told you, in the last 112 games. And not much is different with the roster. Because Rodon hasn't pitched. Canely hasn't pitched. So really,
well, if you want to talk about roster transition from last year to this year, I'd say as of right now, they got worse.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They're 59 and 53, they have a worse roster. So where are they going on these runs that we think that can happen?
Again, it's when these guys come back. It is early, Tom. You can't say 40 games into the season when we're still an above 500 team that we're gonna miss the playoffs.
That's my take, dude. Unless they get better quick.
All right, let's just get right into it then, into the tier list. Let's see exactly what we're thinking is a playoff.
I think the tier list is still pretty good. I think we could take the Padres down off of that. I don't like them up there anymore. Sorry, I'm not a
All
big
right.
Padre guy right now.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I would refresh this, but I don't know if that would mess up my. Oh wait, hold on.
Dude, there's
They
no
do
way the
have.
Yankees are actual contenders right now. I don't
All
care if
right.
this is a Yankee show or not. They don't belong up there.
Well, let's work our way from the bottom to the top. Arizona, I think, yeah, they're still trash.
No,
Boston, still
there's
trash.
no
I
reason to
think
put Pittsburgh in trash anymore.
I was
Please.
gonna say, they're cool.
No,
They're cool.
they're more than cool. They're good.
You, you
They
think they're
got
white?
to me, they're a wild card / division series type team. I honestly believe that.
Okay. You don't think it's just a
That
really hot
rotation's
start?
good, dude. They're good. That rotation's good. You got to feel as an organization that just signed Brian Reynolds to a deal. They're spending money to keep their guy. That's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to fire their clubhouse up, thinking that they're not going to trade off their pieces, right? Like, yo, we got a good team, dude. They're good. They're wild card division series, no doubt.
All right,
Dodgers,
I'll sneak them into
Dodgers,
there.
get the
Yeah.
Dodgers down from division series. Wild card or they're cool. They suck.
I don't think I'm ready to call them cool yet. Like I could still see them making the playoffs.
Take San Diego down from actual contenders. There's no shot.
Or what would you say? Division?
Wild card.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yankees, wild card at best, as of right now.
That's cool, but I'm biased. I'll put them at division. I'm not ready to completely write this team off yet, Tommy.
Houston, I don't honestly, I really don't know who's actual contenders this year, as of right now.
I would still say Houston. They're pretty always going to be
Honestly, dude,
much always going to be front
if this
runners.
was like 3 days ago, I would have had the Mets up higher as a sleeper. But like they just lost 4 in a row between the Giants and the Nationals, so let's
And
pump
they
the
just
brakes on the
lost
Mets.
Max Scherzer. They just lost Max Scherzer for 10 games on the suspension.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, dude, they lost 4 in a row between the Nationals and the Giants. That's bad.
Yeah.
They went on a sick like their road stretch they went on was like 8-3 or something, and all of a sudden they lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, but I mean, the Mets are always
fine.
a pretty bipolar team.
I would put the Cubs a little higher than they're cool. Maybe wild card for the Cubbies.
Yeah, Cubs have gotten off to a really hot start. I like to see Cody Bellinger succeeding. You know,
Remember,
he kind of fell off a cliff.
This is a week-to-week list. So if the Pirates lose 6 in a row, they might go back down to their cool. But like right now, dude, they're looking like a wild card team.
No, I could definitely, yeah. You know, if we're going by week, the way they're playing as of right now, absolutely. But I mean,
they beat the Dodgers again today. The Rays, dude, sleepers are actual contenders, no doubt.
Yeah. Mets division series. I still think they can make a division series. I wouldn't count them all the way out yet. I wouldn't drop them to wild card just yet.
I'll leave them up there, but we had to move the Yankees down. We had to move Pittsburgh up. We had to move the Cubs up. We had to move the Padres down.
How are we feeling about Cleveland? Sub 500 in division series.
Wild card probably. I think a little bit better.
I'll put them right next to the Twins because I think they're interchangeable at that point.
Yeah.
All right. Rangers. We play them tonight. How are we feeling about the Rangers on top of the West right now by a half game over Houston?
I mean, I like them at the wild card still. I think they have a good rotation. The ground looks good. I would keep them where they're at.
I'm gonna hot take hunt here. I'll say a division because I really like their 4 starters. They have a really good rotation, and their bats when they're awake can do some damage. Guys like Simeon, guys like Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia had like that. What was it? 2 home run, 3 double game, or 3 home runs, 2 double game?
He did like 3 home runs and 2 doubles, or 2 doubles and
3 home runs.
3 doubles and 2 home runs is something wild. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think when Texas is clicking on all cylinders, they can be a division winner. I'm not ready to say sleepers just yet. I want to see if DeGrom can stay healthy, but I do think they can definitely take the division. It would be a close race. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. I think the rest of it's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Let me grab that real quick. All right, so that is what the tier list looks like right now. We got in actual contenders, we got Houston. In sleepers, we got Seattle, St. Louis, and Tampa. In terms of division, we have the Mets, Braves, Yankees, and Rangers. Wild card, Brewers, Twins, Cleveland, Toronto, Pittsburgh, Dodgers, San Diego, and Cubs. I feel like there's a lot of teams in wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just double check. I'm tempted to just say like Cleveland's cool just because they're like below 500, but I feel like they can be better.
Yeah, remember this is currently so if they're under 500 right now, I mean right now they're cool. I mean you think they're gonna make a wild card like when you have
Yeah,
like Tampa
yeah.
Bay
This is
killing
this
it, you
is
have
week
Toronto,
to
you have the Yankees. Like I think it'll be I think they're down to they're cool.
yeah. And honestly, I know it's a hot start. I know it's not sustainable, but I really like Zach Gallen. I'm moving up Arizona for at least a week. I really like Zach Gallen. He's insane right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll move Arizona up to their cool just because I like him. And how could you not like Evan Longoria? All right, I think I'm more comfortable with how this list looks. List looks right now.
Yeah, I think certain teams had to get moved up and down, and
Yeah,
if they don't want to be where they're at, well, change it.
yeah, just be better.
And I still think that you have the Yankees too high, but I'll let it go.
All right, I'll drop the Yankees down to wild card if you let me move the Braves up to sleepers.
Fine,
Because
deal.
I still think the Braves are a better team than the Mets, and I don't think they should be on the same tier.
Fair enough. I think put it this way. I think the Yankees belong to the wild card more than the Mets deserve to be a sleeper.
Toronto up to division. Okay. All right, I could see that. All right, so that's our tier list for this week. Tommy, how long do I have you till?
I got about another 5,
All
unfortunately.
right. All right, so real quick, let's get into some Knicks talk now that we got through most of the
All I
baseball
have to
stuff we wanted to
say,
talk
and
to.
we're allowed to say whatever we want on the show. Bing
Absolutely.
bong, fuck your life. Let's go Knicks. Dude, I was at my boy Nell's house last night with my buddy Joe. Man, let me tell you something, man. This team right here is good. I thought the Knicks would win in 6. They're good, man. They got a really good team. They play good defense. They rebound the ball. They out rebounded them like 48-30. It's just what I think they actually was like they out rebounded the Cavaliers for the whole series by 48. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
That all they kept talking about was Mobley and Allen. They're bigs. Well, how about Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein? Those guys and Josh Hart averaged 8 boards a game this series. Like, come on.
Yeah,
This team is good.
Josh Hart talked about Jared Allen. He's like, you can get rebounds. I get the ones that hurt. I get the ones that matter. And you saw that
Yep.
at the end of the game.
Love it. The Knicks, dude. I think the Knicks, and I know I'm gonna say this, and not because they already won round 1. I think the Knicks have a possibility to play the Lakers in the finals.
All right, that's cool and all, but you got to see him.
I don't care about Jimmy Butler.
You got to see Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler just put away the number 1 seed. He played outstanding in that series. He looked like the best player in the world in the first round of the playoffs.
How about this? Ready? That
is the next
Cavaliers.
It is Heat versus Knicks in the next
round.
But
listen to this though. The Cleveland Cavaliers were like the 3rd ranked offensively rating, like net rating team in the league. They were 3rd. They were 1 defensively. The Knicks held them in 4 of 5 games to under 100 points. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that also comes down to Isaac Okoro being terrible and Darius Garland being bad and Evan Mobley.
Dude, let me tell you, I watched every game. Dude, Garland missed a lot of shots that he was wide open at.
He was missing every fucking floater in like I think game 4. Every time he got inside, he was missing.
The Knicks held down Mitchell. The Knicks played good defense no matter how many shots they missed that were open. The Knicks played good defense, man. They never let them get in. Besides game 2, they never let them get in any game. Like I never felt Watching these games when the Knicks lead got down to 5 or 6, I never felt threatened. I didn't.
That's a good thing to have confidence in your team. Me as a Clippers fan, I don't know what that's like. Having Russell Westbrook on my team, I never felt
Yeah.
safe with the lead. But
Yeah.
that is the next series. It is Miami versus New York. What would you say? Yeah, obviously you're gonna say Knicks, but Knicks in what?
Well, remember, I'm a realist, dude. So I'll give you. I think the Knicks do beat the Heat. I think Tyler Hero being out is a big deal for them. They lose that unbelievable guy who can get his own shot and a really good spot up shooter.
Second shot creator, yeah.
So that's big for them. I think the Knicks win this in 6. I know it was. I said Knicks in the first round in 6. I'm doing the same thing. I see a 4-2 Knicks win. The Garden is gonna be rocking on Sunday, baby. Hosting a playoff series, it's gonna be wild.
True. But I mean, all I'm saying is, star players, they show out in the Garden.
Well, do me a favor. Won't you put Jalen Brunson up there?
They show out in the Garden. All right. I will. I'll get some pictures of Jalen Brunson. I'll get some pictures of Jalen. But here's the thing,
Jalen Brunson, dude.
I'll give all the credit in the world to Jalen Brunson. I thought that was just.
My boy's nasty.
I thought he was just, I knew he was good. I saw his games in Dallas. I knew he had like that kind of. I did not think it would come this fast.
Dude, this kid is unreal.
Yeah, he's an insane scorer.
He's one of the best point guards in the NBA. I don't care what anybody says. He's so calm and poised and good under pressure. I mean, dude, the guy averaged 25 and 5 in the regular season. He's averaging 25 a game again in the playoffs. His footwork is unreal. Did you watch those moves that his footwork is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, that's always been a big part of his game. And again, in Dallas, you just get overshadowed by guys like Luka. But that deal was heavily scrutinized at the beginning of the season when
this is going to go. I told my boys this, dude. I even put a Facebook post up. I said, I think this is one of the best Knicks signings in franchise history.
Really?
Franchise history. Brunson.
Over the
whole
Melo
landscape
signing
of this team. Well, Melo was a trade, so I don't count that. Like the deals that you would be discussing for the best all around of all time for the Knicks is John Starks, Allen Houston, and
you have to go back.
You got to go back to the 90s, dude. Starks. Remember, Starks was a walk-on on the Knicks, and then they signed him. Tried out from, then they signed him. But I
was thinking Stoudemire too, but even then, Stoudemire only had a couple years before he started.
Amari's up there. Amari's up there because he made New York relevant again in the late 2000s. But dude, Brunson is just Jalen's unreal.
Yeah. Unreal. That price tag looked bad at the beginning of the year, but man, that looks like a steal now.
And the ball moved so well without Randall. Put it this way,
I was gonna say, do they have a timetable on Randall? Do they have a timetable on Randall though?
No, but I mean, I would have loved for Milwaukee to win Game 5 and then lose Game 6 to give us a couple more days, because then the series would have started later.
Yeah.
But now it's starting Sunday. I doubt he plays Game 1, but I don't think we need him to win. Obi played well in the third quarter, dropped 12 points. That was huge.
Yeah, you need RJ. You need RJ to lock in though.
Dude, RJ Barrett the last 3 games was phenomenal. Attacking the hole, stop shooting the 3. You're not Steph Curry. Be aggressive and attack, and he was unreal.
Yeah, and I'll
Knicks
always
don't need Randall. Maybe to win it all they do, but not to beat Miami.
I mean, I could see that. Mitchell Robinson versus Bam is going to be a tough matchup down low. But man, Mitchell Robinson is such a good interior defender.
Bro, he had 14 rebounds yesterday, and 9 of them were offensive.
Yeah, he's such a good guy inside.
If we keep rebounding the way
I had him on my fantasy team. You don't got to tell me how good Mitchell Robinson was. I was pissed when he missed like 4.
Rebounding the way we are and playing good defense, we're gonna go far.
All right. And
remember,
you said the Lakers in the finals. You think the Lakers are clearing the West?
I think they could. The West is a toss-up to me.
You got
Suns,
Phoenix. You got Phoenix in there.
Phoenix in the LA.
No confidence in Denver?
No. You remember, obviously, you're a Clippers fan, so you're going to remember this really well. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to be honest. Remember when the Clippers had Chauncey? Oh, actually, not even. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin.
Oh, trust me. Lob City is what got me into basketball.
They were unbelievable. regular season team. Unreal.
Mhm.
And they shit the bed in the playoffs every time. That's what I see with the Denver Nuggets. Jokic and Murray and Porter Jr.
If you
and
really do sift through those Clippers teams, and again, I'm absolutely biased, and I absolutely did sift through those Clippers teams, there was a lot of badly timed injuries. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin getting injured in a lot
no
of those
doubt. But
series.
at the same time, they were so good. They won 58 games every year and never made it past the second round.
Yeah. It
That's
took
why I think
until
this is what
2021 is where we got to the conference finals. Then we lost to Phoenix. We lost to Chris
and
Paul.
this is why I think that the Nuggets are the same kind of team to me. Good regular season team, great regular season team, but don't get it done in the playoffs. That's my opinion.
I mean, they
So,
4-1 or 4. They won in 5 against Minnesota, right? Anthony Edwards got a game out of them, but
yeah, but that's fine. Minnesota, nice little team, nice little players. Nothing that was ever going to scare anybody. But we'll see. I say
yeah.
Knicks. I know it's wild, dude. I think the Knicks can make the finals. I think the Lakers can do it too. Hot take, buddy.
Yeah,
Super
I think the only the other series, Sacramento versus Golden State. Golden State is not a good road team, and Sacramento's too young, so I can see both of them getting bounced next round.
Yeah, no
Philadelphia
doubt.
and Boston are still ahead of you, though. You got Miami definitely. Then you got either one of Philadelphia or Boston ahead of you. Knicks have a tough road ahead.
The worst matchup for the Knicks out of all those teams is Philadelphia. I don't want to play Philly. I want Boston.
Really? You
3-1 against Boston in the regular season, beat them a couple times handily. I know regular season is not the playoffs. Please, guys, I know that. I get that. You don't got to tell me. I've been around the block, but I'd rather play them than Philly. We can't stop Embiid.
I get that. Embiid is definitely a problem. He's probably the MVP of this season.
Yeah, he is.
Either him or Jokic.
I don't want that to be a problem. So that's my take real quick on the Knicks. Listen, man, thank you guys once again. Yankees better turn it around quick, dude. Otherwise, it's gonna be a lonely winter in the Bronx.
Yeah, short episode this week. You know, kind of low on topics because of bad play. Nobody really played well. We had like 5 good guys. I couldn't put a top 10 together this week because there weren't 10 guys that deserved to be on the top 10 list.
Bro, you couldn't make a top 3, let alone a top 10.
I can make a top 3. You got Nestor, you got Cole, you got Volpe. There you go. There's your 3.
All right, yeah. I like how you did that quick.
Yeah.
All right, my man. Listen, brother, another good show. Let's get back out here again next week, and hopefully I got some good news to talk about between the Yankees and a little bit of the Knicks again, just because we're a Yankee show, but I'm a big Knicks guy.
We love all
You're a
sports here.
guy.
We love all sports here.
You can touch on it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, for everyone here at Fired Up Sports, Joe, Jeff, Tommy, and myself, thank you guys for watching. We will be back next week.
And Ray, we love you too.
And Ray, we do love you too. As much as you call me out for being late on everything, including that Brian Reynolds signing.
Chris, I do love you, pal, but you are at least I don't know the exact amount behind, but you are behind on in the group chat, and it literally makes me laugh every time.
All right. On that note, we will see you guys for the Kobe episode of Yank This.
All right, guys.
Next week.
All right, be well.